Okay.
Welcome Wargamers, Doug here from 2+ Stuff, and I'm here for another hobby haul video. As many of the people who frequently watch the channel know, I love spotting a good deal and trading and swapping armies, that kind of stuff. Now, I didn't actually swap anything, let me just start with that. I didn't give up this Skaven into the Stormcast or anything, but I saw a great deal on some models and I had a thought, and then that's what this video is all about. First there was the Carriage and Overlords in Hobby Haul 1, and then in Hobby Haul 2, Electric Boogaloo was the Stormcast that I'm just now working on. Well, a while back, I sold off a bunch of models that I painted as a fundraiser to get me to Nova, and that was a huge success. It was a huge blessing for me. Several of the people who bought stuff from that kind of wave of models being sold messaged me and thanked me for the channel, and you know, paid more than they normally would just to support the channel because they don't like Patreon. Well, on this kind of road to Nova, I am still saving up money now for airfare. That big wave of stuff paid for the hotel and the con expenses, right, the tickets and that kind of stuff, and all of the expo stuff that I want to go to. But now I have to save up for travel, and so this is where the hobby haul comes in. I saw this screaming deal for Eidolons Deepkin, and I know it's a huge fan base around that army, so I'm going to get these, paint them up, and then resell them in an attempt to raise money to go to Nova. So let's check out what I got. Okay, we're down here at the hobby desk, and as you can see, it's a medium-sized box here. I won't flip the other side of the lid because it has the guy who sent it to me's address. Let's pull out the first items. Starting off, we have a completely unopened box of Namarti Thralls, still in the shrink. Oh wait, there's these taped together. Oh, strange, there's some kind of adhesive. Oh, they are bound together. Okay, so it is Namarti Thralls and Namarti Reavers somehow kind of bound together here. Let me get my blade here and see. I don't see the tape. Oh, there it is. Interesting that they would both be new in box and yet taped together. Okay, well, they're perfectly fine. Even got the price tag and everything like that. Looks like they paid full retail for them. Let's see. I'm trying to do this without hitting the wrapping itself. There we go. Very strange way to ship things, but I guess it worked. There's just a little bit of tape on all the corners. That's what it was. I see. I won't do that anymore on camera because that probably sounded terrible for you. So we have a box of Reavers and a box of Thralls together. That is neat. I'll put those off to the side here. We have, these are the War Scroll cards, also still new in wrapper. Let's see. This is where it gets all dicey because there's a whole bunch of stuff here that's completely scattered around. Certainly one of the biggest parts of the set that looks the most interesting is this guy, the Eidolon of Myth Lon. I'm not sure which version is. I'm very unfamiliar with Deepkin units. Like there's different aspects of the sea and aspects of the question mark. It looks like the top of his weapon broke off, but I'm pretty sure it's in here. It's so hard to package something like this, so I have a lot of understanding and grace on that part, but absolutely cool looking model. I'm thinking this is going to be one of the ones that I paint up. These I might just resell because they're still in wrapper and they still retain a lot of their value, but this boy, we'll fix him up and we'll resell him. So let's take a look at what else is in here. We have a bunch of bits, whole heap and ton of bits. So I'm assuming this is the Eidolons. Other garb? Nope, it's not. It is not. Okay, hold on. Instructions for the Eidolon, that's good. Throw that off to the side. This must be the Eidolon's extra parts. A lot of stuff taken off the sprue. I'm getting myself confused. So I know... Here it is, okay. This is what I was looking for. So this is a combination of sprues, I'm assuming, from the Eidolon, and also the Volturnus Achillion King Kit, because here is the mount for the king. His unicorn horn is popping through the bag there. Already got some cork on the base. That's kind of nice, because I hate dealing with any of that kind of stuff. I just don't like cork. It makes a huge mess every time I try to use it. So the other parts in this mess must come from the Achillion King Kit. And there's a whole lot of like sea creatures and stuff. I like that. I like that quite a bit. So we got that. Yes, yeah. So there's the different Achillion King heads. Okay, I'm on board. There's his torso. Sweet, and this must be his body. Yeah, with there's the sword arm going out forward. And I don't see the actual head for Volturnus himself, but I'm sure it's on there. I have no doubts about that. Okay, so that's just the bits for the heroes that we get. Let's take a look what we got next. Looking at, these are 10 Thralls. Yep. So an additional set of 10 Namarti Thralls, the basic infantry. That's cool. As well as 10 bases to go with him, and some cork that maybe he divvied it up beforehand thinking he was going to get around to putting cork on him, but just never did. Instruction book for the hero guys. What are you? Oh, that is a little soul render with a base ready to go. That's awesome. You know, I tend, when I think about painting and then selling it on eBay, really the thing that I think about is heroes, right? Because people like centerpiece heroes, that kind of stuff. So maybe he's such a low-level hero, and there's going to be a lot of him out there with the Start Collecting box. I might not paint him. I'll think about it. Now what else do I got? Oh wow, he really taped this to the bottom of the bag. This is the Battle Tome, which I'll go ahead and cut out real quick. See what kind of condition it's in. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's in great condition. Okay, so I think let's see. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me see if it's in here. Oh yeah, there he is. So this is 10 Thralls, but also in the bag is the Soul Scryer, I believe. I think he's called the Soul Scryer. Let's find out. I have the book right in front of me. It's the dude who's pointing a finger. 3. Yes, Ishrin Soul Scryer. Okay, so we got him. That is pretty cool. He, you know, he's one that doesn't come in any of the starter boxes. I might paint him up just to give I don't know, something cool. Something cool. So this is a pretty cool looking set. I'm gonna put him back in the bag where I found him. I'm gonna go through the packaging and try to find the Eidolons weapon piece, but that's pretty much about it. So as far as doing this for project stuff or for fundraising, I'm thinking selling the rule book and the War Scroll cards together because they're both in great condition. These things are still in wrappers, and then the Namarti kits that are still in packaging, happy to sell those off by themselves. I'm kind of on a debate. I want to hear your comments down below. So let's see. This guy, the Eidolon, is going to need a little bit of TLC to get that weapon back together. That's just the nature of those spindly little bit weapons like that, unfortunately. But the nice thing is it's a nice clean break there, where the trident looking thing kind of broke off. So that won't be a problem. That won't be hard at all. Oh man, the whole thing is super flimsy. How do people transport these guys? Probably magnetize them. But yeah, I'm excited to try and paint him just because I want to try some blending effects. I don't use an airbrush, so everything I do would be by hand. And of course, all the colorful monsters down here seem like a total blast. So I'm very excited about this. He'll be a treat for me once I finish the Stormcast for sure. And as far as other stuff, I'm thinking of painting him. Possibly the Volturnus Achillion King Kit. Now, my understanding from the faction, from what I've seen online, is that Volturnus is just kind of like an obvious choice over the Achillion King. If you know differently, please let me know. But I don't see many people taking Achillion Kings. I see a lot of Volturnus, mainly because, from what I understand, and this might be flawed information, the point difference between the base hero and Volturnus is so minimal that getting the extra effects and that kind of stuff is just worth it every time. So that's my understanding. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not a Deepkin player. And then The Thralls, I don't want to paint them. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Like, the Fishland Soulscryer, he's kind of cool. I like him. But as far as like the actual basic Namarti, if you weren't watching the channel back then, when this faction came out, I actually dropped some coin and grabbed a couple of boxes of these guys, and I just found that they weren't my cup of tea to paint. I really struggled to get that nice pale skin, even with the new paints that came out with in support of Deepkin, like the Deepkin Flesh, whatever. Just couldn't get it to look right. So I think I might actually just post these online, maybe with the soul render over there, the this guy, Anglerfish Bro, and post them up line. So this way, if somebody, it's perfect for somebody who grabs a Start Collecting box and is like, where do I go from here? Well, this would be your second battle line and you get their soul render. I think that's a great set. So that is what I am thinking about. If you have suggestions as far as how to paint this guy here, I'm thinking of going somewhat traditional. I mean like the studio scheme. I don't know why I was so hard to remember. Where it goes from kind of a dark, like the dark part of ocean water, down to something a lot brighter towards the end, and then turns these little droplets white. You know, it's like foaming water and that kind of stuff. And oh, for the fish, I was thinking about doing some of like the what I call Turbo Dork metallic paints. Because if you've ever seen fish like in an aquarium when they move in a herd, they do have a kind of a shimmer to them. So doing that kind of stuff for some of the small little guys in a pack here, that would look really, really, really cool. I am excited to paint this. I kind of wish he wasn't glued on here so I could get him off. But this little like half turtle, half snail thing is one of my favorite models. And it's so funny that he's just a little add-on bit. But yeah, certainly I think him and maybe painting up some of these little side creatures to ship with him. So like, you know, if somebody bought one of these kits, they would also, or maybe separately, you know, get the octopus dude or this cool barracuda looking fish or the eel, just little like accents that they can, you know, say they buy the hero model, right? And it looks great, and they want that same kind of, like all the effects on his base to match some stuff in the army. It would give them a chance to, you know, they painted their own reavers, they would put the coral that matches the coral on him, on their base, that kind of stuff. So that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking about, as my brain kind of mulls over how I'm going to make this happen. But I'm very excited. You know, it turned out to be a very encouraging way to raise money. For those who don't know, I don't really, let me adjust my light here. I don't really pride myself on being a fantastic painter. I do good work, but I don't really enter competitions. I'm never going to be like a Golden Demon winner, nothing like that. And I have no drive to be. But there are tons of people who want to support the channel by doing those things. And so if you are one of those, you can go to the link down below to see my eBay page. It's a little bare right now, but of course all the stuff that's, you know, ready to go, like the stuff I mentioned earlier, is going to be up there pretty soon. And yeah, I'll absolutely be doing that. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next hobby haul.